sports. Buckle up. There's football coming your way. Coming up next.
Welcome in, everyone. On EA Sports. Today, we continue with a terrific matchup in the divisional round. It's our visitors and our home team. So glad you're having us in for this divisional round matchup. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Partner, playing in front of the home crowd. That is something you get when you're the #1 seed. A week off to prepare. Now a playoff game in your building. It's that age-old question. What do you think? Rest versus rust?
You know, I think if you ask the coaches, Mike, they would kind of go back and forth, but it is no question. With players, they want that #1 seed.
The winner moves on to the AFC Championship game. This should be some battle. Off we go here in the divisional round. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
Winning in the wild card round, certainly an accomplishment that this team should be proud of. But, Mike, if he wants to take his team to the championship round next week, he's going to have to lead by example and play a mistake-free game against a team known for capitalizing on their opponent's mistakes. Yes, you have to be aggressive. You have to be willing to take some risks. But those risks have to be calculated, because if you get reckless against this group, you're going to be flying home. You're going to be getting ready for the offseason.
We'll try again here. 2nd and 10. But it's complete. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Back to throw. He's got his man. That's down. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the first down as well.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Here's a first carry for their running back. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential. Your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. This crowd ready in anticipation, their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his 2nd season in the NFL.
Mike, I was watching the news this morning, and people were tailgating before the sun even came up. I mean, these fans have been waiting for this one since the moment they clinched home field advantage. That excitement, it's translated into a ridiculous hostile environment. I mean, it's clear the support of this entire city right now falls behind this team, and with that comes a lot of pressure. If he's going to lead his team to the championship game, he has to stay level-headed through this chaos, because if he's able to do that here, I really like their chances of playing next Sunday.
1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. 2nd and a yard. off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Well covered on the sideline, and it's intercepted. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early interception?
They bring their tight end right. Right away, they'll set up to throw. First down throw there is incomplete.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
Off the RPO, they'll get it to Brown. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of... It's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game, where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Handoff here, up the middle.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Try to get here from the 7-yard line, 2nd down and goal. They'll send a tight end in motion. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw. Good blocking, and he's in for the touchdown.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Makes the score. Visitors 7. Our home team, nothing.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now they'll set up to throw. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. The backfield empty here for 3rd and 2. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Looking to Samuel on the out route. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Trying to pick this one up on the ground.
The ball carried by number 31.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
Punt team out, ready to send this one away. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. Throwing here to start the drive. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try to get this one on the ground. This will not do the trick. They've stopped it behind the line. 4th down coming up.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
Returnable from the 17. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now, faking the give. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And this one's going to be a loss of yardage. He's marked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead it here in the 2nd quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. Quick throw, taken in. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Man in motion, heading left. Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. A pickup of 12 yards. That's enough for a first down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Adams is the motion man. A handoff as they try to run it here. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Throwing now from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to be looking at a short field for the offense after the INT. Chance to tie the game or even take the lead. Now, after the interception, we have an injured player to look at. Here's 1st and 10. Tight end motioning left. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8. They'll turn and hand this one off. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
And 12 at the 19-yard line.
They'll throw out of the gun. Quick hitting slant there. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here comes 3rd and 6. They'll send their tight end left. On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. Samuel has it working the middle.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Now he takes off, and he's able to take this for good yardage before sliding and hitting the deck to end the play. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. Over the top, he's got it for the score. Tight spaces down there, things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. He'll start at the 4. The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle. This one is complete. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a first down. Back to throw. And this throw batted away.
Rush that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Now a give on the ground, and he's going to be stuck well behind the line of scrimmage. A play going absolutely nowhere. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. Quickly to the outside and complete.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll begin here on the ground. And it'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll stick with him again. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
He'll drop to throw. Has his man. It's Samuel.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. Back with more of the AFC playoffs after this. To the air now on 1st and 10. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. The screen works for 10 yards and a first down.
6-yard line.
They'll look to throw. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. They'll look to throw yet again. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Back to the air one more time. This throw left side, taken in by the rookie wide receiver. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They'll look to throw again. That's into traffic, but taken in. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be taken down. So we are at halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we send you up to Orlando for a check-in with Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's all yours.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. One of these two teams is going to move on to the conference championship. We'll get it back to you two in just a moment. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got one half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it your way, let's hand it back over to Mike Tirico. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire.
Get to that AFC
one mistake
championship
or one
game
big
next
play
Sunday.
could turn out
Back
to be the difference.
Here, the third quarter underway. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. Low-scoring game, all time. Third quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. 1st and 10. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now, faking the give. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And he will score. Touchdown. Using the tight end to get to the end zone. Greg, it's your old position. You're very familiar with that. That catch and carry. What an ability for your tight end to take it to the house.
Yeah, this was never really the strength of my game, Mike, but we're seeing so many tight ends around the league who not only are great at securing the catch and making the tough ones, but it's their ability to extend the play after the catch that's separating them, just like we saw here.
The PAT up and good. And his guys will move out to a 14-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. The visitors' offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. His drive will start on the ground, and he'll get about. Now they'll set up to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. Now a give up the middle. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. That's his first grab of this divisional round matchup, and it's good for the first down as well.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
It's first down, and they'll run. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. They bring a tight end in motion left. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's a run going left, and that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. It's to the left side and taken in by Downs. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll send him over to the left. They'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals, but in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. On 1st and 10, Bills. This one intercepted. And the visitors are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
So now this team's offense make their way out to take over once more. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. the gun. Here's a run up the gut. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. He'll be brought down at the 37, but that is good enough for a first down. They'll stay on the ground. Well, they weren't going to get him the second time with the same back. Defense all over that one. They stop him for no gain. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now this time they'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle. This one is complete. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
When you call these double moves, you're going for broke. And you're looking to throw this ball over the head of the defense. So give a lot of credit to the defensive backs. Yes, it led to a completion, but this was not the big play the offense intended when the coordinator called that play.
This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. He'll drop to throw. This one complete right side. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and also give some credit to the back end, doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
This one taken at the 7. Now an opening past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. This team's offense ready for this next possession. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. That is brought in. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start. It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. Oh, high throw there, but a nice job to go up and get it. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. This is the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. We'll try to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, will take a timeout. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Back to throw. Samuel has it working in the middle. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he kicks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
At the 10-yard line.
They'll look to throw. That is caught. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal. They'll look to throw yet again. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Has a touchdown. Greg, they did everything they wanted to do on that drive, and now a chance to really make it an important lead.
Mike, with that touchdown there, they're an extra point conversion from extending this lead to a 2-score game. And at this point in the 4th quarter, I think they'd feel pretty good about their chances of holding on.
The extra point is up and through. And his guys extend the lead to 8. It's 21-13. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Motion man set right. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down. They'll throw out of the gun. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Special teams on the field, ready for this punt. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. There's that man again. Another catch.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play action passing game, and you can see here why. You're able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Up the middle they go. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. In trouble, and down he goes.
Big-time opportune sack there by the defense. Mike, they're right on the cusp of field goal range. You can't allow this to become a 2-possession ball game here in the 4th quarter. Massive third down coming up here. See if they can get off the field and get the ball back to their offense.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down. We're about ready now for the punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. This brought in out past the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. Set to go now on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Pass right side to Downs. It's a gain of 12 there. And that will be a 1st down.
Okay, so now you pick up that 1st down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
This one popped in the air and intercepted. This defense will take over following the turnover.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Samuel brings this in along the sideline.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3. Number 31, the ball carrier. He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. So now out comes the offense led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Look wide. Get this one complete. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. This crowd trying to be a factor, getting very loud now. It's 3rd and 5. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. They'll drop to throw. That's to the left side and taken in by downs. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Here's 2nd down and 3. Back to the air one more time. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. This crowd, they're trying to force a false start. What noise before 3rd and inches. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. They'll keep it on the ground.
This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it.
And that would be the dagger. It's intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, I think by now, Mike, we know where the biggest mismatch of this game has been. This defense is all over this passing game. Everywhere they look, they have defenders in the right spot. They've resulted now in 3 interceptions, all while forcing this offense to try to adjust their game plan on the fly.
This offense and their running back heading back on the field. And he's had trouble getting on track in this one. Really limited space to find an opening. The defensive front stopping him multiple times. Generally, he has not been a big factor in this game to this point. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They go to a knee, and that will do it. Next stop, the AFC Championship game. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They go to a knee, and that will do it. Next stop, the AFC Championship game. The last 2 runs each lost a yard. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 12. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. They are moving on as the #1 seed. The victory means they locked out another home date next weekend as they look to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.